country. So I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely want to read that essay when I look at that sentence, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So Young, can you share what you chose for Daniel?
I also choose his introduction from here because it's his personal experience, so it catch my eyes. And also he concluded, which is relate to his introduction. So it reminds me of his introduction. So I was really like that part.
So can you read the introduction and then the conclusion, or the part of the introduction that you selected?
Oh, okay. So is it over? This is what my girlfriend asked me 3 years ago when I told her about my plans of moving to study at a university in the United States. Of course, at first, she made me question the combination of my plan and our relationship. However, I did not want to give up my relationship with her nor my dream to study in the United States. And the conclusion start with 3 years after the difficult conversation I had with my girlfriend, I realized that social media's benefit are one of reason that we are still together.
Right. So you question, did the relationship end? And then he tells you at the end, right? So it's thank you. Yeah. Thank you, So Young and Daniel. Min Sung and Min Suk, can you tell us the highlights of your essays that you chose?
Yep. Let me just share first. So I chose Min Sung's the thesis statement sentence here. So it's well organized because he start with although about the counter, maybe the counter argument of like the disadvantage of using SNS, and then he ends
I'm
up.
sorry to interrupt. Can you please make it bigger? I cannot
Okay,
see, please. Sorry.
It's okay. Can you clearly see it now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so here, and then he continue it at this comma, he gave his idea with his supporting ideas about the advantage of SNS, which is connection and communication and express their opinions. I think this is kind of good example of how to write thesis statement. And then and then you guys can see.
Can I ask you to read the thesis statement out loud?
Although there are many controversies of social media spreading misleading information, the majority of people benefit from online social platforms in which they can connect, communicate, and express their opinions.
Right. It's a really strong thesis statement because you know how the essay is going to develop, right?
Yeah. And then he gave a great transition here, mentioning again about the connection with homogeneous groups. Yeah.
So there is cohesion, right? That we talk
Yes.
about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Can I just use this as an example? I want to teach you something because it's really good to begin with the although, as Vincent mentioned, and where they can connect, communicate, and express their opinions. I just want to point out that when you develop the essay, the first paragraph should be about connect, the second about communicate, and the third about express their opinions. In other words, the order of the paragraphs are the order of the ideas in the thesis statement. The order of the ideas in the thesis statement and the order of the ideas in the paragraphs should be the same. So you shouldn't begin with express their opinions. Thank you, Min-suk. So Min-sung, can you tell us about Min-suk's essay, the highlights you chose?
Yes. So I highlighted his topic sentence after his first main body paragraph because I think it has a really great topic sentence and the development after that. And
Okay, so can I ask you to make it bigger, read and then comment? Because if you read it first, we know what we are talking about.
In addition, social media allow us to meet new people who have similar interests, living very far away in various areas. It actually helped many people to join together particular events or groups with their activities to get to know each other well. So his thesis mentioned that it basically, you get to share with the help of benefits. One of the benefits of social media is to join into join homogeneous group to get to know each other. And he mentions in the first body paragraph too that it was very cohesive.
Right.
First
So what he mentioned in his thesis statement is what he used as a topic sentence, and then he developed that.
Yes, and then he developed it with the amazing code. So I like that too.
Yeah, can you just show the whole paragraph, Minsun? Okay. I just want to say that later we're going to talk about the point of a paragraph, the illustration, and the explanation. And Minsuk has that in this paragraph. The point of the paragraph is social media allows us to meet new people who have similar interests. That's why he's writing this paragraph, right? And then he's illustrating it with the source text. He's saying, Ebony noted that social networking has a great advantage, which people can meet other people of the same interest by removing geographical barriers. And then he has the explanation. In other words, relationships that have never been met in real life, but are becoming more popular through social media, for instance, and he continues with other examples. So it's a really good example of a paragraph that has a point, an illustration, and an explanation that includes examples. Thank you. And then the last group, I think, oh no, we have two more groups. So let's do Cheng Cheng and Radi.
Okay, I'm going to share first.
So I'm going to ask for you to first read the passage and then tell why you chose it, because then it gives us a chance to read.
Can you see the whole passage?
Yes.
Okay. In a Harvard study of adult development is considered to be the longest research that has been done. They picked hundreds of participants in the early 1930s. Young boys at the age of 13 in Boston, interviewed them and tracked them for 75 years. The researchers wanted to find what are the factors for having a happy life. The answer was not wealth, success, or publicity. It was a concrete example of a healthy relationship with family and friends. The participants who had more relationships with people lived longer and felt happier. In contrast, those who did not maintain relationships, either they were wealthy or not, were often ill and lived a miserable life. While many people believe that social media makes us more isolated than ever before, it creates bonds between people with the same interests and makes them more happy in relationships.
Thank you, Cheng.
And when I was reading his introduction, I felt like, oh, it's really interesting, and starts with something about happiness, which is like everyone would like to know what are the factors, and then connect with the topic, like how social media can benefit to build such a to build a better relationship between people. So I think it's really a great introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. No, I agree. I was really stoked when I read that. Thank you, Radhi, because that was very, very, very good. I want to show one technique that Radhi used that's very good. When he said, the researchers wanted to find what the factors for having a happy life are. He begins with the negative and then he says the affirmative, which is a very good technique. The answer was not wealth, success, or publicity. So this is parallel structures. It was not wealth, success, or publicity. It was healthy relationship with family and friends. So when you use the negative and then the affirmative, by using the negative, people